I want a tag team with Chemo O'Connor. So make it happen, Triple H. It's time to play the corner. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. It's all about the corner, and if you play it, it's all about control, and if you can't shake it. Anyway, guys, tag team wrestling, women's tag team, the greatest thing since sliced
women's
bread.
tag? It looks more like a mixed tag team to me.
Well, Triple H's
intergender tag team wrestling.
Triple H's nose got smashed here by Ronda Rousey and a kendo stick, smashed into the office, demanded that this tag team happened. And why would she do this? Why would she go to so much lengths to have this happen? Why not demand a title shot? Like, here, I want the main event. No, I want to team up with this lovely looking great person because I want the bloody dollar sign player.
Could you not demand Raw put on a good show for once so I don't have to sit 3 hours bored at my skull? Anyway, guys, welcome back to Fog Wrestling.
Could you demand a time machine to go back to when Ronda Rousey felt like a megastar?
Screw that. Go back to just the Attitude Era. Never mind Ronda Rousey's era. I'd happily go back to the Attitude Era and just forget all about Ronda Rousey.
Trips.
But anyway, yeah, Ronda Rousey, guys, we're back here. She demanded to WWE that she be put in a tag team with Shayna Baszler. I mean, the nuts on Ronda Rousey just to go about and demand things, but they do say sometimes in life, if you don't ask, you don't get. In WWE, a lot of the times, if you ask, you don't get anyway, but I guess with Ronda Rousey, she has a little bit more name value and she has a little bit more pull, and she can basically ask for things that maybe other women cannot. And we'll talk about that a little bit more towards the end of the video. But Shayna Baszler was on the Cheap Heat podcast with Peter Rosenberg, and this is what she said about herself and Ronda Rousey being in this new formed tag team. And I quote, "Ronda's Ronda, right? She's been main title, she's been main event at WrestleMania. She's still one of the loudest pops when we walk out. This was something she demanded. We've been asking for it forever, but she finally put her foot down and went to the office and said, listen, we've been asking for this forever. You keep telling us after. I honestly don't know if she hadn't done that, if they would have ever gotten to it. I wasn't in a position yet to be elevated to a Ronda level. So the fact that Ronda said, no, stop, I've done this, I want to do this, because this is why I started wrestling. So I think that's huge. You know what I mean? So she could be main event in SummerSlam. She doesn't have to be where she is, which is elevating these titles. I at least want people to understand, like, this is happening in large parts because she demanded it. So she demanded to work with me as a friend. So it's cool to have someone who truly isn't out for themselves. You know what I mean? That's in show business. That's so rare. So it's very, very cool. And of course, there you go. There's Shayna Baszler with a lowdown then, basically telling us how this tag team was formed, that Ronda Rousey had wanted it in the past, that Shayna Baszler had wanted it in the past, and that WWE kept saying, yeah, we'll give it, we'll do it sometime. They never got round to doing it. And it looks like Ronda Rousey just had enough and basically went in and says, look, you better put us in the tag team now or someone's arm is going to get snapped. And it looks like they gave in because now they put the tag team belts on Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. We seen on Raw after they won the belts, they cut a backstage promo. Ronda Rousey says that these belts now mean something. These belts are relevant. I'm sorry to break it to you, Ronda. These belts are not relevant. And as a WWE wrestler, you are no longer relevant. You're teaming up with someone who's never been relevant. There's just nothing relevant about this tag team or about this division, you know, or about this company at the moment, to be honest. So yeah, that's my opinions on Ronda Rousey. Her being in a tag team simply isn't elevating the tag team titles or the tag team division. Ronda Rousey has declined so much since her debut and the whole feud with Stephanie and Trips in the mixed tag match at WrestleMania. Even her initial run as a singles champ, Ronda Rousey isn't there anymore. And I think for Shayna Baszler to claim that Ronda Rousey doesn't have to be doing this, that she could be main event in SummerSlam, that is a stretch. Look, Ronda Rousey, let's be honest, she ain't main eventing shit. Not while Roman Reigns is around. We've seen, I think, in the last maybe year and a bit, I think WWE have tried to get away from this, from women main eventing shows. Now, around about 2000, I want to say 17, 18, 19.
That was women.
Women were main eventing quite a decent amount of shows. But I think it's fair to say Roman Reigns, obviously, when he's on a show now, he seems to main event it. That's obvious. But even when he's not on shows now, I still feel like the main event tends to be men. When's the last time women main event at a show?
Cannot think. It's been a number of years. Even during the COVID era, I can't even think of one.
Yeah, and I just do not see Ronda Rousey as being that woman. If any woman was going to main event, it would have been like a Bianca Belair before she lost her title, or a Rhea Ripley. That seems to be who WWE are pushing at the moment.
They might have main event at Mania Night 1, not this year, last year.
Yeah, but that's almost like a gimmick because of the Royal Rumble.
I gotta say something though, right? It just sums up how bad Ronda Rousey's fallen when they think it's a big deal that she went in to Triple H's office and demanded this for tag belts that they give to like Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, why is this a big deal? It's like, why are they going to say no to this?
This would be like Austin, right? In 2002 when, he's kind of fell out with the company. He goes in May and he's like, I want Bubba Ray's Intercontinental Championship. Oh, Steve, we'll give it to you. What? Oh, come on.
But it's like, Ronda Rousey's not, she's not really main event at the moment. She's not in the title picture, so she's probably made this request and they're looking at it and going, that's not a bad idea.
No.
It's not like, she's demanded it and they felt like they've been held hostage and they've gave it to her against their will. It's like...
It's not like she's come in, here, I want a main event in the next pay-per-view. And they've gave it to her. That would be a big deal.
Yeah, it's not like
Brock coming in here, I want 2 more zeros on my contract. That's what Brock would do.
Yeah, all she's done is asked to tag team with Shayna Baszler and probably be given the belts, and they've probably looked at the tag team division and they went, fuck, we don't even have current tag team champs.
Yeah.
They won a match for vacant tag team titles. It's hardly like the demand of the year or the demand of the century. I mean, Ronda Rousey, who...
Probably not demand of the day.
Ronda Rousey, who, let's be honest, has been doing nothing. What has she been doing? Absolutely nothing.
Hee-haw.
And doesn't really fit in any title picture at the moment. Is asked to be put in a tag team in a division that nobody cares about. And they've said yes. They probably thought, worst case scenario, this actually does help the tag team division a little bit.
Exactly.
It's not... This isn't a massive demand. So, yeah, we'll see. And I know people have been comparing this to Sasha Banks and... Like, Sasha Banks and Naomi were pretty much asking for, like the tag team titles to be put on a higher pedestal and all this stuff. Ronda Rousey simply just wants to team with her friend.
Yeah. Like, realistically, though, see that demand of Sasha Banks and Naomi, how could that have went anywhere? Because, first of all, even if the book used too strong, the people you're against have to be strong. And the people who are strong, women-wise, in WWE, are not in a fucking tag team. That's just the way it works. They're not going to dedicate any sort of amount of effort and screen time to a 2-on-2 women's match. It just doesn't work like that around here, pal.
Doesn't work like that. But yeah, that's it, guys. And I keep looking at that quote from Shayna Baszler saying that she could be main event in SummerSlam. I do not see how Ronda Rousey in 2023 is main event at SummerSlam.
No.
Let's say Reigns decides, you know what, leukemia, I'm not showing up for this one. You've got Lesnar, you've got Cody Rhodes, you've got a new world champion in Seth Rollins. I do not see...
Edge's last SummerSlam?
Yeah, I don't see how Ronda Rousey's main eventing it.
No.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Even with all the women, she's about fifth... She's probably lower than 5th place out of women.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. I actually don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, they were in this whole... The original 4 horsewomen, or whatever, the MMA crew. So we'll see.
You know what I would do, right? I would have these two dominate the division for about 2 months, and then they just throw the belts in the bin, because that's what needs to happen. The belts are pish. No need for these belts. Like, Raquel Rodriguez has to vacate the fucking belts, right, with Liv Morgan, and then teams up with somebody to get the belts back.
See Ronda Rousey...
What happened back in the day when Kane and Hurricane had to unite after Rosie picked up an injury? Hurricane didn't have to give the belts up.
I know Raquel got screwed, but anyway, my last thought, right? Shayna Baszler can say that Ronda's a great... All Ronda's done is basically guarantee herself some titles.
And let's be real, we don't even know. She could have literally went into Triple H's office and went, here, Trips, I think me and Shayna Baszler should team up and win the belts. And what's he going to say? No, I actually think this...
You and Nikki Cross would be a better tag team.
I don't get it. It's not... Honestly, this is...
No, but see...
It's not like she's come in and went, here, I think we should do a female brawl for all. Fucking something groundbreaking.
See if Ronda Rousey's this great person that's looking out for others and it's looking out for a friend, as Shayna Baszler says. What should probably happen is, down the line, when they lose these belts, they should have a one-on-one match. And considering they've both got this MMA background, and if Ronda Rousey is really this good friend, she could maybe try and help make the career of Shayna Baszler and actually lose clean for the first time in her WWE career. How about that? Lose to a legit fighter.
Give it to me, Shayna.
Because I'm pretty sure Ronda and Shayna face each other. Which, I mean, I think everybody's wanted it for a long time. Well, not me, like, but a lot of people have been saying, give us this, you know. I think 99% of people would just be expecting a Ronda Rousey win.
Absolutely.
So if Ronda's such a great friend, she could be like, you know what, I'll help put Shayna Baszler over here.
Exactly. But will that happen, guys? We have to stay tuned. But I don't think many people's not going to stay tuned for that because we don't care. But until next time, peace.